What's up, raw babes? And today I'm giving you very much raw. By the thumbnail, you already know it's going to be a raw tutorial, so let's just jump right into it. So we have our beautiful client here today, and yes, it's her birthday, and yes, she is a client. You guys know normally I do my videos on models when I ask on my Instagram, but I felt like I had a perfect model here today, so I said, you know what, on a very booked day, I think I could squeeze into record for my girls. And it's right, raw babes, I gotta push out some content. Ever since I came from maternity leave, you guys have been asking Lachey what are videos, and I got y'all. So the first thing we did was cleanse her skin off camera. We went in with the Noxzema pads. I want to start off with a clean base. You want to start off fresh just to avoid any type of breakouts when it comes to using all those products. And then I wanted to moisturize the skin. We went in with some Tasha hydrating moisturizing cream, which is one of my favorites to use for my clients. It's a little pricey, but I'm not gonna lie, it's worth it. I love me some glass hydrating skin, okay? And then I went in with one of my favorites for now, and I just tried it. I went to Ulta and I saw some NYX face glue, and I'm like, this is no primer. I'm curious, let me try it. Tried it on my clients, and I love how it sticks with the skin. I love a sticky primer. I just feel like it helps for long lasting, and I love how it just sticks to the products on the face. For foundation, we use a very skin-like full coverage NARS soft matte foundation in the shade New Caledonia. And when I tell you I love anything that comes with NARS, I love NARS down. Now it's time for the creams. So let's talk about some pop. Let's talk about color. A lot of you guys have questions about when you're doing your makeup, why it don't pop like mine. I'm gonna show you right now. So the thing about your own skin tone, it doesn't matter if you're white, black, anything, okay? You have to make sure you're bringing hue into your skin. You want to bring some blush in. If you feel like your makeup is a little too dull, you need to go a little bit more heavy when it comes to having a bright under eye. You want to like a Barbie, or even applying some more contour, some warmth into the face, and add a little bit of pink in there. Just don't be scared to do what I show you guys on here. Do not be scared. Really test your limits. If you feel like it's too much, blend it out. If you feel like it's too much less, add more, okay? So right now it's time for the creams in the base format. Concealer, I went in with the Born This Way concealer in the shade Spiced Rum and Chestnut. For the cream blush, we went in with the e.l.f. Cosmetics in the shade Pinky Promise. And for the contour, we went in with the L'Oreal Infallible concealer in the shade Espresso. So when it comes to contour, make sure your contour shade is at least 2 to 3 shades darker than your original skin tone. This will bring structure and hue to the face. And then also when it comes to blush, you can use any type of blush to your favorite. It could be orange, pink, anything that will bring some warmth into the face. But I love my girls to look like Barbies lately, so girl, I've been loving me some Pinky Promise, okay? Now also, when it comes to concealer, make sure your concealer for your bright areas is at least 2 to 3 shades lighter than your original skin tone. So this will be your first coat of concealer, and later on, if you want to add a little bit more pop, a little bit more of a lighter concealer just to brighten up that under eye, you can, and we will later on. And then also, you guys, to see me use the Spiced Rum on the bottom of her face just because I wanted a little bit more coverage, and I just love a little bit more coverage for the rest of the face. So that's why we use another form of concealer that was a little bit closer to her original skin tone. So if you want a full coverage blend, make sure you go in with a puff pad from Amazon. You guys can also purchase a big variety of puff pads from TikTok. They're very cheap. So I blend out my clients with different type of puff pads for concealer, for the creams, and then I have a different one for the powders. Now that everything is blended, to add a little bit more coverage and brightness underneath the eye, we went in with the shade Warm Beige from the Born This Way concealer. And y'all, I've been so in love with Born This Way concealers. Oh my god, it dries down so beautifully. It's so full coverage, and it's just like cream. I love it so much. Now, if you guys ask me about their foundations, I'm not a big fan. I feel like they're a tad bit too watery for me. But when it comes to concealers, they ate down with that one. Now it's time to set. If you guys want a very smooth under eye, the key to that is tell your clients to keep looking up just to avoid any type of creasing when it comes to the concealer underneath the eyes. And then you get your other puff pad and you begin to press in that powder. Today we went in with the powders from Huda Beauty. Now we're setting the remaining of the face with another setting powder that complements her original skin tone, just to lock everything in together. Now if you guys avoid setting the entire face, you will go through a lot of makeup transfer, and then also your makeup will not be long lasting. It will look more dewy, but I love my girls to look more matte because it's so hot down here in Miami and you want that face to last all night. So I begin to set the entire face. Now it's time to set those cream areas with bronzer, with blush. I went in with the Warrior Juvia's Paste palette. It's a very old school palette when they first came out, and I've been loving it down. I remember when I went to go travel to a celebrity client and I left my bronzer palette home. And y'all, when I tell you guys, this is the only thing I can use. There's no rules to makeup. Ever since then, I've been falling in love with using the Juvia's Paste Warrior palettes for eyeshadow, bronzers. I just feel like it's so full coverage and warm for dark skin girlies. Just know I put you guys on, because when I put you guys onto the Morphe bronzer palettes, they always discontinue it because there's so many girls running to go get it. Also, when I put y'all onto the Morphe lipstick, the nude, it's discontinued too. So it's like I be scared to put y'all on, but y'all know me. It's kind of hard for me not to, because this is the page where you'll learn all the gems. So yeah, so this is the palette right here. And those two browns are so good for contouring. We also went with the Juvia's Place blush, and this is in the shade Volume 4. And y'all know I love me a cute pink blush. So this is the moment she said, girl, you scaring me. Because she's a Gemini, I'm Aquarius, and we bond so well. We click like peanut butter and jelly, y'all. And I never knew that because I never had a friend that was a Gemini. But with my clients, it's like, girl, I could literally meet them during the appointment. We're vibing. We're having so much fun. We're so open. And then the next moment, we're like, girl, what you doing tonight? So I've been building bonds with my Gemini clients, and hopefully I built a perfect friendship with them. I feel like you don't meet people for a reason. You don't bond with people for a reason. Because Aquarius and Geminis, where we match at is that we both match energies. You get what you give when it comes to us, okay? So, y'all, we were just talking about our past relationships and how people can be in different fonts, but with the same zodiac signs, and they show the same exact things. And I know a lot of people don't believe in astrology, but it gets deep. And she like, Lachey, you reading my ex down. And we was just having a ball. So I love my Gemini. Shout out to you. If you're a Gemini and you know Aquarius, or you know any type of bond like that, make sure you comment down below. And yeah, but we was just in the vibe. So now it was time for baking, and I went in with the Dermablend translucent powder to snatch up her nose features, and also to set that underneath the eyes, just because I wanted that area to remain bright. And then for her cheekbones, we went in with a dark powder that I used to set her entire face, just to snatch out those features. You want everything snatched, so that's what we did for the baking process. You will let that powder sit until it's time to remove it, and those areas will do what it had to do, honey. The concealer I use to conceal her brows is in the shade Butterscotch from Born This Way Concealer. And as you go along to outline the eyebrows, all you're doing is following the original arch and the original eyebrow hairs. So I just tell people just to go in with a flat brush and go in with your concealer. Make sure it's very full coverage on the eyelids. Blend your eyelids. And also just keep the eyebrows as natural as possible. You're just enhancing the brows. You're not forming a brow. All you're doing is enhancing. And then you'll begin to set that eyeshadow space with some air sponge translucent powder, just to avoid any type of creasing when it comes to the eyeshadow. You want to have a good base for the eyelids as well. So I went with one of my Juvia's Place palettes, and when I tell you guys, this is one of the palettes that I only use one shade from. I know y'all have a lot of palettes like that in y'all kit where you only use one shade from that palette. This is that palette, okay? So I love this orange tone brown. I just love the warmth of it, and I think that's the difference what you guys need to do with your looks. Bring some more warmth into the eyeshadow as well. Just as I explained, bringing some more warmth into the face. You want everything to be warm, okay? So now I'm just going in to apply that, and I'm also blending that shadow towards her nose bridge just to help with any type of underpaint. and I feel like it just goes real good with contouring. And then I will smoke that out with a darker brown. This is the different brown that we use from the other Warrior palette from Juvia's Place for the contour. I wanted to darken up that, so I wanted to give a more gradient sunset effect. So as you guys can see, you see the gradient color of the light brown and the dark brown, similar to like a smoky brown type of look. And I'm just going in to build up that coverage as much as possible, and also continue to blend that eyeshadow towards the eyebrow bone and also on top of the eyebrow. Now off camera, I went in with some black gel liner in her tight line, and this is from the Glock gel liner pomade, and I got this from Amazon. I love me a dark lining, like I love that so bad. And I also went in with some dark brown just to smoke out her bottom lash line. And now it's time to fill in the brows lightly. We're going in with the NYX Lip and Snatch brow pen. I love how natural it feels in. As you guys can see, I'm making it give the aesthetic of a real brow, so I'm doing light brow strokes just so it can remain natural. I already mapped out your brows. Now it should be easy for you to just fill in. Follow the brow hairs. You have an arch already, so you're just filling in those brows. Make sure you're doing very light strokes. You don't want to go too dark with the brows. When you fill in one part, move on to the next. Now we're going in with our dual lash glue, and I'm just going in to lay down those brow hairs because I want it laid down. I want her eyebrows to like she just got her eyebrows microbladed or threaded, and that's the aesthetic you want to give. Not too dark, not too big and bulky, okay? We do not want to give clown, so make sure you're doing little light stroke hairs in the front of the brows. And then also I went with the shade Espresso of this Lip and Snatch and brow pen. Now I'll be going in with the concealer Spice Rum that we used earlier, or you guys can go in with the original skin tone foundation just to avoid a halo eyebrow. So I'm just going in to line up the top of her brow. Like I said, we already have everything mapped out. Now you have control on how natural you want your eyebrows to be. If you want it to remain big, that's up to you. But I love my girls to still recognize the form of their eyebrows, but just in a more enhanced way. So I continue to just bring down that foundation to make them arched, and make sure when it comes to the end of the brow, it should be skinny and it should be arched towards the hairline, just to have that lift effect. And now I'm gonna bring a inner corner cat eye, so I went in with the Glock gel liner. Now it's time to outline the lips, and this is my favorite part. It really makes the look make it or break it. So I'm going in with the L'Oreal Infallible Wear Concealer in the shade Espresso just to line up the lips, and because I love this brown on my dark skin ladies. I feel like this brown is so tea. But remember, if you guys are using a concealer or a cream to form out the lips, you have to make sure that you set that concealer. Don't matter what you do for a makeup look, you have to set that concealer in order for it to last long and not be washed away. So I'm going in with the Morphe 8D bronzer palette. I'm going in with that darkest bronzer just so it can have a little smokiness and depth into the lip. I love contrast. Y'all know me, I love me some color. So this is the way. I know you guys are probably getting a little bit agitated on how she's talking while I'm doing the lips. I have a lot of control, and yeah, I was okay. I know it probably messed up the lips with the lining and being more precise, but it came together so well. The lip products I got it by Beauty by Melissa, and I also added a white concealer in the center of that nude lip just to give a gradient nude effect. I just love me an ombre nude, and then I popped on some hair store gloss in the brand Broadway, and it was so tea for her lips. Off camera, I had to line up her liner with some concealer just to make it more precise and detailed, because I ain't gonna lie, the liner was getting a little bit too sloppy. I think it came from us just having a good time talking, but like I said, makeup is always fixable. So she FaceTimed my little client who paid for her makeup, which is like her sister, cousin slash bestie, and we all was just talking. She like, girl, I love my face, and we was just rooting each other on. I love my loyal clients because they really put in the word, like, go book with Lachey, and that's just how it was. And I'm like, hey babe, how you doing? And she like, girl, I love her. She like, I want her so bad. And I'm like, we need to get out of the doors of just getting services. We all get along, and the girl that's on the phone, she's a Libra, and we just a vibe together, and we're so compatible. And I'm like, we need to go in Miami, go get us a hookah, go somewhere, because our vibes is so immaculate. And that's just the thing of opening up to people. It doesn't hurt to open up to people, and that's hard coming from Aquarius, because we have our guards up so much. We're so stern, we don't trust people. So the fact that we really just let down those guards and say, you know what, I do want a girlfriend group, like I do want to go out of town, I do want to do, you know, things with girls, like just have fun. And I'm really girl coded ever since I had my baby. I don't know if it's maturing and being in that motherly love type of atmosphere, but I let down so many guards. Like in my past, I used to have clients say, oh, she don't talk that much, she's mean. And I be in my own world, I don't mean no harm, but I just match energies. Like I bond with whoever bond with me, and that's just always what it was. But I've been so into just meeting new people. Like this whole time with Gemini season, I just been bonding, growing friends, and I'm honestly proud of myself. So honestly, we went in with two Studio Fix press powders. We went in with a press powder that complements her bright areas, and a press powder that complements her original skin tone. So we went in with the NW44 and also NC55 for the bright areas, and we went in with NW50 for the remaining of her skin tone. And now we're going in with highlighters, and I also showed the powders that we use to set her, so make sure you guys hurry up and screenshot that. But right now I'm going in with some Urban Decay highlighter in the shade Cosmic and Space Cowboy, and I also went in with my little Bedazzle. This is the J. LaRue Cosmetics loose glitter in the shade I think it's in the shade White Gold. And now I'm going in with some mascara, and y'all, I'm doing the final touches, and this is the finishing of this look. This came out so cutesy and so raw. Y'all, just look at her melanin skin is just popping through. I feel like this is a very full coverage, smooth type of seductive birthday look. You don't want to do too much, but you want to give. Y'all, if you guys like this video, make sure you click the big thumbs up, comment down below, tell me what you love about this video. If you guys want to talk about different things, even if you want to put your city, and if you're open to meeting new people and meeting new bonds with different ladies, being girl coded this year, make sure you comment your city and y'all reply to the city, and y'all link up, y'all make them bonds with people. It can even be a long distance friendship. Y'all do that. Like, I'm big on girl coded this year. I really want to get to know people, build my family tree. I'm just so into it. So y'all stop being mean girls and get to know people. Let down that guard. It's worth it. But this look came out so cute, so cutesy. This is Gemini season. Y'all turn up. If you guys love this video, make sure you hit the big thumbs up, subscribe, click the notification bell so you can be the first to see whenever I post. This look came out so cute. We turned off them lights, and it was giving, honey. And she Haitian, so we was couponing with this whole makeup session. We was just in our own little world. And y'all always ask me, Lachey, are you Caribbean? I'm not. I'm straight American, born and raised in Miami City. But I love different cultures: Haitian, Bahamians, Jamaicans, Trinidadians. When I tell you, even down to Afro beats, I love you guys so much. So also comment down below, what is your nationality? I love y'all so much, like down to the food, the language, the music, girl. It just eats down. I'm not stuck in my ways as a regular American girl. I really like different nationalities. But yeah, y'all, other than that, thank you guys for watching this tutorial. I love you guys so much. Thank you for supporting me. Make sure you follow me on all platforms at Lashay's Glams, and I love you guys so much. Bye. Mwah.